Cruella Deville, Cruella Deville. If she doesn't scare you, no evil thing will. To see her is to take a sudden chill. Cruella Deville. The curl of her lips, the ice in her stare. All innocent children had better beware. She's like a spider waiting for the kill. Look out for Cruella de Vil. At first you think Cruella is the devil, but after time has worn away the shock, you come to realize you've seen her kind of eyes watching from underneath the rock. There's a vampire bat, there's a human beast. She ought to be locked up and never released. The world was such a wholesome place until Cruella Deville. Hey y'all, this is Let Me See Your Transcript, your very favorite history teacher. And today I did one of my self-care activities for today. I went with my BFF to watch the movie Cruella, based on the Disney cartoon. Based on a Disney cartoon, 101 Dalmatians, which actually came out in the cartoon actually came out in 1961. I don't know if some of you remember that Glenn Close played Cruella Deville in a live action version of 101 Dalmatians that came out in 1996. Okay. And so today I went to see the Cruella Deville movie. And so I'm going to give you my take on the movie. And I am going to do it with no spoilers. So if you've already seen it, please don't give anything away because I want people to actually enjoy it. Now, I will say this. Y'all know me. I very rarely leave my house, but part of my self-care is leaving my house at least once a day. Okay? And so today I went to the movies with my BFF and we watched this movie. When I went there were not a lot of people there because we're still in a pandemic. I had to say the AMC movie theater, hey McCray Kings, was very hygienic. They had lots of places with hand sanitizer. Me and my friend, even though we're both vaccinated, we wore our masks. All the staff wore masks. However, because of the state we lived in, they said there was no mandatory mask mandate. There are other people we saw with masks, and there was other people we saw that did not have masks. Okay. And when we got in the theater, luckily, because the theater we went to, you can reserve your seat ahead of time. So we reserved our seat ahead of time. So on our row, we didn't have anyone else. So that was actually a good thing, I think, social distancing, and the theater did practice social distancing in the theater. So, but I know some of you are probably like, hey, I still am not comfortable. Hold on, why is it on this? Sorry. I'm still not comfortable with going out and being in large places. So guess what? Disney Plus Disney has the Cruella out in the theater for people who want a movie going experience. You can see it, on full screen. And then for those of you who are like, I don't want to go see this, but I think I like it, you can watch it on Disney Plus. Okay. I've had Disney Plus because I am a Verizon Wireless customer, and the first year Disney Plus came out, all the Verizon Wireless customers got it for free. And after my year was over, I continued having it. I think it's a pretty good deal, $6.99 a month, and I get all the Disney movies ever made, cartoon, live action, the original series that they have on there, all the Marvel and Adventure movies, and also I'm getting the Marvel Avengers spinoff series too. So just letting you know about that. Please hit the like button. Please like, share, and subscribe. So if you know someone who wants to go to the movies and maybe they're interested in this movie, hey, McCray King, so happy that you can be here with me. So let me just say let me say, what this movie is about. Like I said, it's Cruella. And it's more or less her origin. Hey, HM, more or less her origin story. Like, how did she become Cruella Deville? And it's really villainous and wanting to make Dalmatians into puppies. Okay, so the whole premise of the movie is this is set in London. It starts in the 1960s and it goes to the 1970s. I have to say, the soundtrack to this movie, loved it. I was like in the seats going, because it just like, it really made it come alive, because it was also about fashion. So if you like also the Devil Wears Prada, it kind of gave me that feel, a little Devil Wears Prada feel, and that the Baroness, who's kind of like the villain now in that movie, and then in a way, Cruella, whose name in the movie is called Stella, she's kind of like the hero or the anti-villain in a way. But I thought it was very good. The movie was there was a bit of mystery also in it, because you didn't know. You saw at the beginning Stella, who her birth, she's born with the white patch. So people are treating the baby differently. She's being treated differently at school. Her mom wants to go to London, because they're like in the countryside of England somewhere, and they want to make a new start. So her mom says, hey, we're going to go stop off my friend's house before I get there, and then we're going to leave. Well, it turns into a big fiasco, and a tragedy happens. But nonetheless, Estella, it still gets to London. And however, it doesn't go exactly as planned that I thought. You get sort of like clues, because one of the first things you see when she goes to the house, where her mom takes her to the house and tells her to stay in the car, and then one of the things you see somebody there with some Dalmatians. So it's like, oh, is that why she don't like the Dalmatians? Is somebody gonna put the Dalmatians on her? Is this the origin story about why she just don't like the Dalmatians? So it's just like, it goes into that. So she goes to London. She meets new friends. Some things happen, and but she likes to design clothes. And so she then gets a job at this really great company. So like I said, it really reminded me of Devil Wears Prada. And this lady, the Baroness who owns this, fashion house, she's worse than the Devil Wears Prada lady. Like, this Devil Wears Prada lady was probably her grandmother, And then Cruella finds out a secret about her, and she wants to take revenge on her and make her pay for her actions. Because at first, the Baroness loves her designs and says, oh, you have promise. Oh, come here. Do this, do that. Hey, Tyrone Famous. And then she realizes that she knows a secret about the Baroness. And then that's where it goes into, like a lot of movies that I like. They got a plan to get this person who has this past that she needs to be brought to justice, but because she has so much money and power, she's able to pay people and have good lawyers. She has security. She has a lot of pulls. You just can't do regular things with her. Okay. And then the Dalmatians come back into play. By the way, if you like dogs and have a dog, you're going to love this movie, because for some of the scenes, the dogs that steal the show. Okay. Hey, Betty Yellick. I'm doing good. How you doing? And Like Estella, and this is how I don't know if I should tell you how she gets her name Cruella, but it's when Estella, when she's younger, she finds a dog in the trash, and that dog becomes her friend, and she names him Buddy. Y'all gonna love Buddy. And then her friend has his own dog. It's like a black little Chihuahua, but it has an eye patch over its left eye, and its name is Wink. And I'm just saying, like, the dogs, like, I don't know if they give awards to dogs in movies for best supporting actor or best supporting actress, but them dogs, they had them trained. This was good. Because through the dogs, you actually got to see a softer side of Estella, because you can see in mind, you're thinking like, okay, the Glenn Close character, the character from the 1991 cartoon, Cruella is evil, like the song, Cruella Deville, Cruella Deville. Okay, seriously, I loved Wink too, like, right? Wink saves lives. Wink saves lives. So this is what I want to say. And I kind of feel like Estella's dog Buddy was like her emotional support animal. But even after a while, Wink was like, not Wink, Buddy would look at her like, what is going on with her? She's different. She's not the same. Because it kind of reminds me of John Wick. Like, this is a person that is going through a very traumatic experience, and they are not allowed to go through that experience because somebody's messing with them. And then it's like, wait, you're the person responsible, but you act like you're here untouched. But there was one scene, because it is in a fashion house, and if you like fashion, you're gonna love it. You love the soundtrack, 70s music. They even played some songs that really were like American songs, but because of the popularity they were, I can see them being played in England. Whoever did the costume designing for this film, I think, like there was a lady who won for best costume design at the Oscars. She was a black lady. She did the costuming for Judas and the Black Messiah, and that was set in 1969. That lady deserved it. Whoever did this movie, they should get an Oscar for that too, because I was looking at the clothes and everything, and I was just like, they done sent me back to, because it starts in 1965, then it goes to 1977 or 1978. They never really gave we just know it's the 70s. It's one of the drawbacks why I didn't get 5 stars. You got 4 stars. Yes. The fashion was everything. And the only other thing I didn't like was that Emma Thompson's character, who plays the Baroness, she always had like a head covering that reminded me of a hairstyle that Black women had. And I just didn't understand, like, why is she wearing a turban? Why is she wearing a wrap on her head? Why is her head in a big bouffant head, like a big old ponytail, and the braid wraps around like that? I seen Black women wear that. Unless that's what they were trying to say about the Baroness, is that she's adopting all these other fashions from other people. So that's why I say I loved everything. There were some things I thought was going to be, and then at the end, it like switched up on me and threw me for a loop. I was like, and then when I thought about it, I was like, that made so much sense. And when y'all watch the movie, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Like, there's a part towards the end, and you're like, why didn't I know that? That makes so much sense now. You know? So, you know what I'm talking about, right? When you find, because it's like, it's a mystery in here, right? It's like stuff that is happening before she was born, and then when her mama went to the house, and then when she gets to London, and then she gets the job, and then she finds out it connects with her boss, who likes her fashion and thinks she has taste. But it's like, oh, this makes so much sense. You know, it's just like, wow. You know, and then some things I thought was going to happen, it didn't happen. You know, so it was just weird. I really liked the fashion. I really liked the music. Um, Emma Thompson, Tyrone Famous. Didn't I say no spoilers? Why are you putting spoilers in here? Be quiet. I'm gonna hide you from. I'm gonna hide you from here. Why'd you do that? That was not right. You know my title said no spoilers. Now I gotta hide you from my because you put it in there multiple times, dude. Some people ain't seen it. That ain't right. Heck, I might be saying too much myself. You gonna put that in there, dude? So, but I saying it like this: if you don't want to go out to the movies, because I bought the tickets and my best friend she bought our food there, and so it is like it goes back to those prices, for a hot dog, a drink, and some M&Ms. So um, that gets a little bit pricey. So if you just don't want to do that, you got your own snacks at home, and you just turn on Disney Plus and you watch it. Okay. And please, nobody else who've already seen it give stuff away. Don't do that. Okay. One thing I did notice, and I don't know if that was because of the time period and because of how the UK is, I noticed that all the rich upper class people, but then all the like brown or darker skinned people, whether they were from India, Middle East, black, um, or even there was one guy, he was black, but he was French. Like they were all in service jobs. Like they're in security. They're the maid. They are the person, the photographer from the magazine, from the newspaper that's reporting on everything, which I thought was great. Because the lady who plays, I think Anita Darling, in the original movie, like they're white, but in the movie she's black, and then she got a job at the newspaper. But I still feel like she's in a working class environment, and then you see nothing but white people, which I don't know if that was the whole intent that they were trying to show you, that this is what these upper class rich white people do and how they treat other, because like how the white and all of the people of color who were not rich, they were treated like very horribly. Okay. So definitely, unless you have, hold on, unless you have the premium XRD plus, we have to wait until August. A new pricing scheme. Oh, okay. Yeah. But like I said, if you have Verizon Wireless, you get 1 year free. And some people didn't know. Like one of my students, the first year coming up, they're like, "Oh yeah, me and my dad, like we got that for free." My dog is, and that's what I got. That's what I got for free. And then and I even told another friend they hadn't signed up yet, and I said, "Oh, you need to go sign up for it." And then your year starts from the time you sign up for the Disney Plus through Verizon. Okay. So I've been on here almost 20 minutes. I don't want to talk any more about it. I may even go on Disney Plus and watch it again, because I just feel, like I said, I really like the fashion. I really like the music. I love dogs, and the dogs they need awards for what they did. They really do. Okay. So, and like I said, if you already saw it, please don't do any spoilers. I just had to time someone out and block them for doing that. Don't do that. Yes. Uh huh. Yes, it's a very great deal. Very great deal. Okay. And also just letting you know, there are a lot of streaming services that are doing that now. Like the movie comes out in the theater for people who want to go to theaters, then it comes out on a streaming device. Disney Plus does that, and also movies associated with HBO or HBO Max. Okay, because I saw Mortal Kombat, which came out in the theaters, but I saw it at home on TV, which in my hindsight, I probably should have saw it in the theaters. I probably would have had a much better experience. But like I said, if you don't want to go out, you can definitely watch that. Okay? So, love y'all. I hope you enjoyed this movie reaction. Please please share it, like it, subscribe if you haven't already, become a person in the membership. Put in the comments. Let me know what is another movie you want me to review. You know, so let me know because there's some movies coming out also on Netflix and also on the theater. I saw the preview for Black Widow, and it's coming out July 9th. Now, I know how people feel about Black Widow, but I think we need to do what happened. I think women need to do what we did when Wonder Woman came out. We need to let them know that a female superhero movie will make a lot of money at the box office, and you should make others. Okay? All right. Hey, Humpty Dance. Well, I love you. Those who just came in, please. Hey, Medina, I'm just about to leave. Please rewind for the replay about this movie. It is in theaters, and it's on Disney Plus. So if you don't want to go to the theaters to see it, you can see it on Disney Plus. If you've already seen it, please don't be like Tyrone Famous and tell us what happened. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay? And like I said, let me know in the comments, what other movie do you want me to review? Okay? I may do another closer to Juneteenth. I'm going to do some really good Black movies. There is a movie called Juneteenth that is free via YouTube. And so I'm going to watch that, and I'm going to do a movie review for that. And I'm also going to tell you about other. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. And I'm gonna go to the theater and see it. Right now, if it's a woman, if a woman is the type of person, or they Black, Hispanic, Native American, hey, if I'm going to the white boys movies, I gotta go to because plus it's part of my self-care, get myself out the house. Okay, so I will talk to y'all later. Love y'all. Bye. Cruella Deville. I got that song in my head now. Cruella